Whoever's preying on the Warriors' downfall, you can stop, okay? You can stop now. It's over. You won, okay? It's over. You got what you wanted. Even if them being the 8 seed already wasn't enough. Jimmy, oh man, it's so sick. Jimmy tears his ACL in last night's game against the Miami Heat, and this pretty much is the beginning of the end for the Warriors now. But I kind of want to go back in time a little bit and talk how the Warriors got here. And this was the 2022-23 season, the season coming off of their championship win. So this was their roster in 2021-22 when they won the championship, as you can see. And then this is their roster in 2022-23, the year after coming off the championship, and them going into this next year trying to repeat as champions. And as you can see, there's not that many differences. Yeah, they lost Otto Porter Jr., but I mean, they kept Wiggins, Klay, Steph, Green. I mean, the main core that won all those championships is still on this team. So, you know, they have good, high aspirations going into this season. And as you can see here, this is their first 20 games of the season. They go 10-10. So not the best start, especially coming off a championship. This is not what you want to see from your favorite team. Okay, this is a different screenshot now, but this is the rest of their season. As you can see, they are just 500 pretty much all the time. Yeah, they go on some stretches here. They're 4 games above 500, then they kind of go back. And, you know, this is a very uneventful season in 2022-23. The year after you win a championship and things are looking great, you bounce back and you go basically 500. So the Warriors would finish that year as the 6th seed, and their matchup would be the surprising new young kid on the block, the 3 seed Kings with Fox, Sabonis, Keegan Murray, who just broke the record for most threes by a rookie. And a lot of people had the Kings in this series, and a lot of people didn't believe in the Warriors. They thought, they're washed. They're the 6th seed, and, we got the Kings. They clearly forgot about this guy who, cooked in this series, and this ended up going 7 games. And in Game 7, Steph Curry would break the record for most points in a Game 7, dropping 50 points. What? That would set up the Warriors to play in the second round against the Lakers, who just beat the 2 seed Grizzlies. The Lakers were coming out of the play-in, but they had LeBron. They made a bunch of trades at the deadline, and they were looking good. And in Game 1, if you watch this game, you'll remember this shot. The Warriors would lose this game, and Jordan Poole would take a deep 3 to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. He would miss, and the Lakers would end up winning. But he was wide open, if you remember this play. But a lot of people thought this is the start of the downfall of the Jordan Poole era, because what is that shot? The Lakers would go on to win this series in 6 games. It was a 3-1 lead. A lot of people were riding off the Warriors after the 3-1 lead, saying it's over, the Lakers are just going to win, and they did. And the Warriors would lose in the second round as a 6th seed, coming out after winning a championship the year before. And so fast forward a little bit, off-season time, Bob Myers actually resigns as the GM, and they get a new one, and then they draft Brandon Pajemski, who is obviously a big part of the team now, was a big part of the team the last couple of years. And so that's kind of what happened right after the conclusion of the playoffs. And obviously this whole incident happened before the season started, but a lot of people attribute this happening to this happening, which is the Jordan Poole trade to the Wizards. And the Warriors would end up getting Chris Paul out of this deal. And the third splash bro, the Poole party, is now out of the Bay Area. Okay, let's fast forward into the next season, the 2023-24 season. The Nuggets just won the championship. And the Warriors are trying to retool a little bit to win another championship, get back into that finals caliber team. Okay, so they would start off basically the same exact way they started off last year, about 500. And that's how the rest of the season would go. They would basically hover around 500 for the entire year. And the West standings this year were an absolute dogfight. I mean, it was super close. They were 10 games above 500 to end the season as the 10 seed. The Rockets went 500 and were the 11 seed. The West was a bloodbath this year. And the Warriors would play the Kings again in the postseason, just like they did last year. But this time it was the 9-10 play-in game and not the 6-3 playoff matchup. And the Warriors would get clapped in this game. And infamously, Klay Thompson would have his last game as a Warrior absolutely pooping the bed, as some may say. 0 for 11. Wow. Speaking of Klay Thompson, tensions would be rising with him and the Warriors organization about his next contract. And it would lead to one of the biggest, most team trades in NBA history. First, the Warriors would waive Chris Paul, and then boom, you would see this insane trade
that would send Klay Thompson to the Mavericks, and the Warriors ended up getting Buddy Hield. Okay, that seems like a decent replacement for Klay Thompson at this time, because Buddy Hield is a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, one of the best of all time, believe it or not. He makes a lot of threes. That's what he does. He shoots threes. Okay, and then they would also get Kyle Anderson, and so now the Warriors look a lot different, obviously, over the last couple of years. So Klay Thompson, the splash bro, is gone now, and obviously Jordan Poole was gone all of last season, and so it seems like this is a whole new era for Warriors basketball. Obviously, they still have Steph, and that's what a lot of Warriors fans were saying. That's all we need, is as long as we have Steph, we can win a championship. But majority of people were saying, I don't know, I feel like the Warriors are kind of cooked. The last year, 23-24, was a very uneventful year. Basically, nothing happened. They were the 10 seed and got blown out in the play-in game. So this was an interesting era now heading in for the Warriors. Okay, let me shut my mouth. They start the 24-25 season 12-3. What? I also saw a statistic at the time. I couldn't find it, but it was every single time they've started the season 12-3 or 10-3, whatever it was minimum, they've won the chip. Are the Warriors coming back for the chip this year? Yo, psych. Yeah, they would go all the way down to 20-20, back to 500 for the third straight year. Yay, Warriors fans. Third straight year after the finals. You're 500 halfway through the season. That can't be a good feeling. Obviously, people expected them to figure it out, but this team did not look good.
And the call for the trade for Andrew Wiggins was being made by a lot of fans. They were saying that he's just not himself ever since the finals. He just hasn't looked the same, and he's gone through a lot personally. And, Andrew Wiggins went through some stuff, and the Warriors fans were saying, we love him. Thank you for bringing us that championship. You were great, but it's time.
And boom, they would trade for Jimmy Butler. What? That's a huge acquisition. He was obviously on trade rumors, but no one really knew where he wanted to go. He was saying he doesn't want to go to this team. He just wants to go to these teams. And he ended up going to the Warriors, which I'm pretty sure was one of the original teams he said he did not want to go to. But they signed him, and so they got him, and he would have an immediate, and I mean immediate, impact on the team. They went from like the 10th best defense to the best defense, and I mean, just look at these numbers. They just were so much better once they got Jimmy Butler. They were one game below 500 before him, and after him, they were cooking. Okay, I really need to stress to you guys how much better they got. Look at this, 25-27 before Jimmy Butler in 2024-25, 23-7 after him. This is a championship-style contending team now. What? And so Jimmy Butler would dig the Warriors out of the hole and get all the way to the 7 seed, which was good because before that, they were battling for the 10 seed, battling to even make the play-in. And so now that they're the 7 seed, I don't know, maybe they can do some work because their matchup would be the 2 seed Rockets, who just had an amazing year, but the Rockets are young, and we all know what Steph Curry has done to the Rockets, and this team has no playoff experience. And the Warriors would end up taking an early 3-1 lead on the Rockets in this series, even though in Game 2, Jimmy Butler gets hurt. He only plays 8 minutes in that game. He doesn't even play the next game, and they still win to take the 2-1 lead. He comes back in Game 4. They take a 3-1 lead, even though with the Jimmy injury, they're still up 3-1. Wow, this team looks great. And the Rockets would make it interesting, forcing a Game 7 after winning back-to-back games, but the Warriors would take care of business in Game 7 in Houston like they've done before, and that would advance them to the next round with this new and improved team with Jimmy Butler. Wow, could this team make the finals? A little finals run? Okay, the second round of the playoffs, the Warriors face off against the Wolves, who just beat the Lakers, and they win Game 1. Wow, we should be all happy, right? Oh my gosh, they're up 1-0 in the second round. Wait, why did Curry only play 13 minutes? He had 13 points in 13 minutes. Did he get hurt? Oh no. Oh God. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, he's not coming back for this series. No Steph Curry. Yeah, you can chalk. Yep. Yeah, they lost in 5. Yeah. No. And as good as Jimmy Butler is, without Steph Curry, they basically had no chance against the Wolves. Just as I think if they didn't have Jimmy against the Wolves, they would have had no chance. Just that Steph and Jimmy needed each other. They were so good when they were playing together, and I feel like a lot of people forgot about this. I mean, look how good this team was. They went 23-7. I mean, it just hurts that injuries is the thing to stop this team in the playoffs here. Okay, so as any normal GM front office would do, they're like, all right, let's run it back with this team because this team was really, really good with Jimmy. We had an amazing second half of the year. We looked like a championship contender. So let's just smooth out the edges. They pick up Al Horford, a good pickup for them, old man Al. And all right, they're going to run it back this year and hope to get back to that same stance they were at the end of last season, which was an amazing team. All right, let's see where we're at here.
What? Wait, what? Again with the 500? What is going on? Another year of 500 basketball from the Warriors? What happened to the team that ended last year? What? Okay, the Warriors are starting to pick up some heat. Win, win, loss, win, win, win. It's looking good. It's looking, okay, we're actually getting better here. And then boom, just like that, any hope the Warriors had for this season, for next season, it's over. I mean, I think this is the nail in the coffin for the Warriors. They weren't amazing to start off the season. Like I just showed you guys, they were mid. Now that Jimmy Butler is out for the rest of the season, probably all of next season too, I think it's over. Now, I do think it's over, but if they wanted any chance at anything this season, this guy's going to have to cook up a storm here at the deadline. He's going to have to make something insane happen to bring help to Steph Curry. I personally think it's just impossible. I don't see any way you could do it. I know they want to look to trade Kuminga or whatever. I don't think that's going to do anything if it puts you over the edge to be a championship team. So honestly, if I were the Warriors, what would I do? And I know I might get a lot of hate for this, but I think you got to trade Steph Curry while you still can, while he's still valuable. I mean, he's still one of the best players in the league, just got named all-star starter. I mean, you're not going to win a championship this year with just Steph and no Jimmy. We know this. You got to get your value when you can. And I'm not saying I know what team to trade him to or where to trade him, how much to trade him for, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's time for a new era in the Bay Area. It's time to tank and maybe get some more picks. I mean, you've had an amazing team for the last 16 years of Steph and Draymond. I mean, I think it's time. And I mean, the Warriors, they have their own pick in this draft. It's not like it would be crazy for them to just pull the plug on this whole thing, trade Steph, and try to get AJ DeMonster or Cameron Boozer or someone like that who could be the next guy. I mean, you could get him this year. I'm not saying you have to be bad for 10 years. I'm saying you have to be bad for this second half of this year, maybe next year, and then you can start building something up again if you're in Golden State. And now the more I talk about this, the less likely I think this guy's going to actually do that because, I mean, you have Steph Curry on your team. You can't take it for granted. He's still great. You got to try to win a championship with him while you can. I feel like if you're him, I don't know. It sounds crazy to me. You're not winning a championship this year, no matter what you do. Even if you trade for LeBron, so it's not going to happen. I mean, maybe you try to get Giannis. I mean, even Steph and Giannis that'd be an insane duo. But like only half a season of chem, would they still be able to win a championship over teams like OKC, Denver? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe you try to get Giannis. Maybe that's the play. Okay, if you don't already know, this is kind of what we do on this channel. We think through while we're making the video. Okay, Steph and Giannis is the only way this is even salvageable. How you're going to trade for Giannis with the assets that the Warriors have, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, but you got to do it. It's the only way. It's either trade for Giannis or pull the plug. You're either all in or you're all out, in my opinion, if you're Golden State. Because if you try to play halfway, you're just going to be a mid-round exit, and you're going to be a first-round exit, and you're not going to get a good pick. So you're either all in or you're all out, okay? All right, let's look at this Warriors Giannis mock trade. Kuminga, Buddy Hield. I mean, would the Bucks do this? Like, oh my gosh, there's got to be a better market for Giannis. The Warriors, you're gone. I'm not a Warriors fan, but Warriors, you need to just tank. Just tank, get Cameron Boozer or AJ DeBonsta. You'll get blessed by Adam Silver. He'll give you a top pick. Just ask the Spurs fans, okay? They know how to do it, okay? If you need advice, just ask them. This is the only way to do it. Trade Steph, get a bunch of picks, get a bunch of young guys. Boom. There you go. That's what you got to do. Okay, if you like the video, subscribe. Please like the video. I'm trying to get to 500 subs by the end of January. I know it's an unrealistic goal, but if you want to sub up, we do NBA videos, try to get them out daily. If I do a super long video, I might take a little bit of a break. But I just dropped a video called The Scoot Henderson Files. It was a pretty good video. I spent a lot of time on it. It's 30 minutes. It's about the entire career of Scoot Henderson. If you want to watch that, it's my most recent video besides this one. So peace. Thank you guys. Leave a comment. Love you all. Peace.